Hello, welcome back to another episode of plantcare.club, where we care about your plants. On this show, we like to say we do three things. Number one, we talk about your plants, indoor, outdoor, your garden, spring, fall, summer, doesn't matter what season, we talk about your plants. Number two, we will do product reviews. So, new soil, new types of plants that are coming out. If you're looking for something, if you're saying, hey, there's a brand new type of philodendron that's out, I just saw it in my local garden center. What do you think about this? Let me know. We can do a review on it. And number three, we answer your questions. So, if you have any questions, head over to plantcare.club. Check out if we have answered it in the past. You can search there. You can look at our blog posts. There's a lot of content and information we have over there. If not, if you can't find the answer, fill out our question form. We'll either get back to you over email or we will answer it on a following episode. So, on this show today, we want to talk about some spring items, some new spring items that are coming to the market. Now, this is probably not going to be the only show that we do on this kind of a topic. As we move into spring 2025, we want to keep outlining new things that we're seeing, some different items. But before I go there, I didn't introduce myself. My name's Fred. I grew up on a commercial greenhouse. We grow annuals in the spring, garden mums, poinsettias, some summer programs, some summer plants as well. I have about 6 years experience in the horticultural space. Recently, we set up a nursery in Homestead, Florida as well, where we grow indoor house plants. So those are some of the plants that you might find inside your house. We also do palms, Kimberly Queen ferns, mandevilla, all of those kind of items. We sell these plants across the United States and into Canada. And the goal of this show is to take the information that we have when we are growing these plants at a commercial level and let you know how you can apply that to your own home, garden, whatever it is. Now today that's very applicable because what happens is there are plant breeders. There are these companies that breed new genetics of plants, and they usually work somewhere between 2 to even 5, 6, 8 years into the future on the next set of genetics. So they're constantly trying to improve, tweak, change colors, do this and that, because the genetics that have been around for a very long time, eventually they start to get old and they start to vary from the original intent and the original genetics. They'll slowly start to deviate and move away from there. So these breeding companies are always trying to create the next variety and the next best thing. Plus, there's a lot of excitement that can come from a new variety that hits the market. People want to add something new to their garden. You go to the garden center or your local retail chain every summer or every spring, or even more often than that if you're looking for houseplants, and you're looking for something new sometimes. You're saying, I want to try something different. So what we have today are some new varieties that we were able to test out in the last year or 2 years. And we know that they are coming to market now, and they're coming to market in spring 2025 in a larger way. They're coming at a production scale, a larger scale, where now you might be able to go to your local garden center or your local retail chain and actually find them there. They're not just a test anymore, they're going to hit the market. Oh, before I even start, we are not associated, we're not affiliated with any of these companies. These are simply great plants that we've seen that are coming to the market and that we want to talk about, that we want to broadcast and show off, and we want to give you, our listeners, the inside scoop. So I don't get any kind of margin from this, no kickbacks at all. This is just information for you, our listener. Okay, first one. This is a sunflower. This is called Sunfinity Double Yellow. So why, you've seen sunflowers before. What's the big deal? How is this one any different? These are able to produce way more sunflower heads than you typically see on a sunflower. So these actually come from a cutting rather than from a seed. They generally, you can buy them in anywhere from a 6-inch up to, let's say, a 10-inch or even a 12-inch pot. And when you plant them, so we planted some in our garden, and they will grow enormously. They do very, very well inside of a garden, inside of any type of outdoor pot. So if you want to give these a try, they're going to look awesome all summer long. The only downside that I can really see is that you will have to deadhead them. If you're listening instead of watching, this is a small sunflower, not like the really big ones that you might see out in a field somewhere. These are smaller, a little bit more compact. The plant grows as a great bush, a lot of heads all over the plant from top to bottom. Eventually, those heads will start to die off, so you have to deadhead them so that it looks good. But overall, this is a great variety called Sunfinity Double Yellow. Okay, next up, I have ageratum. So ageratum is something that we tried out last year, and we were a little bit skeptical at the beginning because the plant, when you receive it, it looks like it's just a green ball, like a green bush. So we had them in 6-inch pots and they just looked like a green bush. There wasn't too much going on. And then eventually they broke out some of these blue flowers. So these small blue flowers. Now, if you're listening, I'll try to explain. It kind of looks like a super fuzzy cotton ball that's all blue. That's what the flower looks like. It's nothing very special, but the whole plant can be covered in these blue flowers. The flower isn't as attractive as, let's say, a gerbera or a dahlia or any of these other outdoor plants. So we weren't exactly sure what the selling point of this plant was. If it's just the flowers, then I don't think it's going to work. What this plant does is it attracts monarch butterflies like you would not believe. We've really never seen something that can attract so many monarchs just like this. We've had them outside of our house at our garden. We gave some away to other farms and that kind of a thing to trial and to put in some of their fields because they were looking to pollinate their field. So they had a mix of different seeds and this and that because they wanted to have a great cover crop. So they threw some of these plants in there as well. And they could see the same thing. A lot of monarch butterflies were being attracted. We put 3 6-inch into a 14-inch pot to really let it grow out, bush out, and fill out the entire space. Fertilized it throughout the summer, and in August we saw 27 monarch butterflies on this plant alone. 27 on this one plant. Now it was a 14-inch pot, so it was really large, but for some reason they have a scent that maybe we can't really smell that the monarchs can smell from a long distance away. They come, they land, and they just feed on it for days and days. So if you're looking to grab some butterflies or attract some butterflies, look for this. It's called ageratum. I believe the name is Monarch Magic. I believe. I don't know if there are other ageratums on the market that will do the same thing, but this specific variety, we have had success in the past. It does attract a lot of butterflies. Okay, next up, this is a yellow mandevilla. So for anyone that's newer to mandevillas, the major attraction to them is that they're drought tolerant. So you are someone that goes away often throughout the summer. Let's say you've got a cottage or you go on trips, you're headed out pretty often, and then you'll go away for 3 or 4 days, you come back, go away, come back. These plants are perfect for you. Or let's say you're just not a very attentive plant parent. Like you've got plants there, but you don't really pay too much attention to them. Mandevillas are great for you because you can forget about them. They're still going to look nice after, even if you don't water them for 3 or 4 days. They love the heat. They love the sun. They're grown. A lot of them are grown in South Florida. So they're accustomed to the direct sunlight, a lot of heat. They're grown for a while, so they're a pretty hardy and sturdy plant. And now there's a yellow. So up till now, the colors were red, white, pink, peach. Peach is relatively newer, but peach has been around for a bit. And now there is a yellow. Now there have been yellows in the past, and yellows that have been in the Diplodemia bush, but there hasn't been a very good yellow variety that will climb up a stake. So the difference here is this is a mandevilla, not a Diplodemia, and the mandevilla will actually climb. So generally when you see them at your local garden center or retail chain, it is on a 24-inch up to 36-inch trellis, and the plant has climbed all the way from the soil all the way up, and now it's like right up to the very top of the trellis. So that's what this variety is going to get you. It's a yellow, it's new, it's different, and the genetics are pretty good on this overall. So this is new. They've moved this into final production, and now they're really pushing it out across Canada and the United States. So this is North America's first look at the yellow Mandevilla. Okay, last one on my list, and I'll probably do more of these as I mentioned earlier, but last one on my list is called Bluephoria. This is a blue Diplodemia. So unlike the Mandevilla likes to climb all the way up a trellis and then hold on at the very top. They wind all the way up. The Diplodemia is meant to bush. It's meant to have a round habit and hold in more of a ball, kind of like a bowling ball style. It's strong, it's sturdy, it's just got this tough outside. And up till now, you could get red, white, pink, yellow, and this is the first time that they've had the blue. The blue has been slowly introduced into the market, and it's a mix of a few different genetics. Usually, so the inside information is as you move out to some of these different colors, the genetics usually becomes a little bit weaker and weaker and weaker because to get a blue, that's not a very natural color that you would see in, let's say, the Costa Rican rainforest. You would see red, white. Pink can be a bit of a combo, but you're going to see some of those other colors more often. The blue is really a lot of genetics that have been added together until they can actually create this color. So the downside to it is the genetics have not been as studied and as focused on in the past. But the upside is it's a brand new color. Most of your friends probably are not going to have this if you're trying to one up them or show off. And it is now ready for national production. So you can probably go to your local garden center, ask for it. If they haven't seen it, they can probably find it from somewhere else. It's going to be relatively limited, so it'll be like you have to know what you're looking for in order to actually get it. But it is going to be nationwide at this point, so this is a new exciting variety. Okay, I hope that has helped you, and you can go into the spring now with a few new ideas of maybe I can pick up this and that in order to fill out my garden or fill out my patio. If you have any questions, if you're looking for something else, if you want us to talk about something different, head over to plantcare.club and we can help you out there. Fill out the question form or look for other resources. Until next time, talk to you later.